James Ardley.
Yeah, he come afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we about to go back on. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to our coverage from the Board Convention Center here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Mozart hosting on Crim Radio and XTV, and you guys just had about 2 hours of business, diaspora connections doing their things, and talking about the diaspora. Now that we have a little break and a mixer going on, met this legend to my right, basketball legend Charles Goff. For those who are not nowadays, for people who go on the history, then would know that name and know that the original. If we had a Hall of Fame, it would be in a
I hope so.
You hope so? Just get me closer to the mic. Make sure that everybody could hear you.
Definitely.
You are obviously a part of my childhood. Obviously, I told you I was honest.
Yeah.
I never fan of wheels.
Yeah, you're a home builder fan. I know
Home
that.
builders, yes.
You and your dad and all the guys.
Yeah, well, I guess, man say, yeah, you're probably fair, but me builders.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like he was a fan, basketball fan, and that's the number one thing.
I didn't know, because I would have been too young. I didn't know that you started playing with Wilton Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Wilton brought me in.
Yeah, so you'd have been old par before you turn wheels.
Yep.
All right, then the back days thing, right?
Yeah, Wilton and Mark Neal, rest in peace. All them boy. So it's most of them passed away, but some of them still kicking. Harry Cadle, Eugene Cherrington. I started with all them boys. My first year, St. Ignatius. I played 2 years of St. Ignatius, then I moved to Birds Eye.
Yeah. You've been living abroad for how long?
About 32 years.
32 years.
Yeah.
So you were still playing when you left?
Yeah, I was playing when I left. Yeah.
All right, and so you came to the summit. So we have to give enough respect. You've always been Florida based, so that's just recent.
Yeah, no, Florida based. I was always Florida based. I spent a couple of years in Chicago, but
you never want to deal with the ice.
You know it, bro. You come from.
All right. How often do you go back home at all?
Yeah, I go back home quite a few times, but since the pandemic. And then my mom was pretty sick, and she just passed in December, and I was the one taking care of her. So I was kind of like stationary. Now I'm able to, move around a little better. So I'll be going back home soon.
All right. Do you keep up to date with anything going on back home? Any of the balls?
Yeah, because I keep in touch with Polo every now and again, and we had we do a little thing with the news and keep in touch in that sense. But I know that things aren't the greatest right now, but they were good. But his Polo's group is doing pretty good. And
all right. So you've ever helped with any of the?
Yeah, I help not that much, but yeah, I do help.
Yeah.
As much as possible, and it's a lot that you want to do, but you can't get accomplished the way you really want to.
Yeah. But so like you would want to. How often does that, like, you think about, what you would want to do back home? Like
quite a bit, because I've been there a couple of times to a Kobe basketball camp.
Yeah.
And that's something that's very needed and necessary. So it is something that's on your mind that you really want to struck up and contribute more than you do. But things come to a head where you're not able to, or you're not able to reach out the way you really want to. So.
Yeah. So just from a standpoint of how we integrate the diaspora back with back home, just thinking about like somebody like you that you have your rep. Like, obviously you're from a previous generation.
Yeah.
But you feel like there is something we can do back home, like when somebody like you returns, like to make you feel more welcome, to make you feel like more like a warmer invite to be involved.
Well, that's a good question. I know that I've watched how Evander Coburn does his stuff, and piggyback a bit piggyback right off his achievement in that respect. And to say I could start something like that, I don't know, but I could also always contribute in some way on somebody else's term and get it going. And then after that happens, then you're able to maybe see how you could do it for yourself. But I'm more up to contribute to somebody else because they have the footing already. Like even Polo himself, who he's big time in it, and get with him and see where I know what's needed, what's necessary and stuff. See how we could contribute in that respect.
Is it like a weird feeling that when you left, I imagine you were like very well known, like you were.
Yes, I was.
Like you were, at that time, being a basketball star, like you are celebrity status.
You're well known, and then as the age group, your age group kind of like either.
And you've been away.
Yeah, and your age group go away. When you go back, you're not that well known in a big way like you were. But the age group still.
Your peers still know you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What I find is that the difficulty with it, like even as somebody who I live in Belize, like if I would go a very long time without seeing my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
I find that I struggle to recognize them because we've all aged.
Well, that's true.
Right?
True.
Like
that is true.
and we look different.
That's true.
Right? I would see a classmate, and that's when you realize you're not young, right?
Yeah, well, that's when you try to jump out of bed and your body says, "Hey, wait, you gotta roll out slow."
Right. For those who are just watching on and listening, I'm talking here with my time as a child. This would have been one of the basketball stars on the Bird's Isle when Bird's Isle rocked.
Yeah.
And I mean Wheels and Home Builders and Home Park, Carnation and those
Rogers
games.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pay respect. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man.
I pay respect. That's all it is, and that's a part of what is supposed to be so special about having a certain aspect of it, of having an event like this is. I'm glad you just came through, man.
Well, I passed through, something like this, I always try to pass through and I see who I see and that. So, like, I didn't know this was going to happen, but hey, this is great. And, you asked me and I could never say no because this is representing the old Belize, so to speak. You know?
So give thanks, man. Give thanks for joining our little broadcast podium studio here, and all the best. And make sure when you come to Tongue, man, you just come, pull up that pen because it's like we don't sometimes, and this goes to a lot of the athletes we know who have migrated to the States, right, and are part of the Belize diaspora. When you come back, people might not recognize you. Facially, we might not know you are here. We might not know you're there. But if you say your name and you come and you link, we have a space to chat with you because we feel you have value and we feel like you have something to say that's important.
Yeah, I've been there and I've passed by the X era and all that stuff.
All right, but you see, but you don't know the picnic name.
You look for them and they're like,
you don't know the picnic name, right? But make sure you come and represent next time. Don't be a stranger.
Man. Hey man, pleasure, man.
All right, respect.
All right.
This is Charles Goff. You used to be with the enemy Pelican Wheels, but we understand.
The enemy. Whoa.
The enemy.
So tell me something.
Yeah.
When Polo was with Pelican Wheels, was he the enemy?
I'm too young.
Oh, you're too young. I like that. I like that cop out.
No. It might seem like one.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't have any recollection.
No.
I never saw him play.
I know. So ask your dad.
I will ask him.
I want to hear what he got to say. I want to hear what he got to say.
I'll ask him. For sure.
Man,
I'll ask
respect.
him. All right, respect.
Back home.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Let's pick up everybody back home.
All right, partner.
All the time. This is we go quickly to a commercial break. We'll be right back. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to our live stream coming this way from Broad Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Mo's Hyde hosting on Creme Radio and XTV. This is our second day of coverage. We've been talking to people who are from the diaspora. We've been talking to some of the people who are organizing, and we are talking to people who have come from home to be a part of it. And that is the category that my next guest falls in. No stranger to you guys watching at home. This is the big boss at the University of Belize, the National University. Dr. Palacio is in the house, and we have not had him on WB since he became the big boss. But we have him here. We're going to Florida for Link.
We'll fix that.
And what I think everybody that has attended and everybody that has listened or watched, kind of a sub-team has been the university doing a kind of a... University is maybe not, being all immodest about it, but they're telling you the score. Things are changing at the university and changing in a big, positive way. Like there are big things happening, and you decided that now is the time to start telling everybody about what's going on. And so I'm back home and I'm not even conscious of the many different things. Like I'm very impressed with Dr. Johnson's presentation on the medical school aspect of the university. This is incredible. This is an incredible forward-thinking, incredible achievement. Salute. What I'm very interested in, based on your participation yesterday, Dr. Palacio, is because we were at the Diaspora Summit, and we think, so when I think about the medical school, and we think about all the other aspects of the university, from a strategy standpoint, how do you envision the optimal version of diaspora involvement looking like at the university?
Yeah, glad to be here, and thanks for having me, Moz. And also, I am very pleased to have been invited here at this summit, the Diaspora Summit. It is time now that our national university really come to the table and interact with the diaspora. The diaspora has a lot that they could provide for us to meet our mission of national development for the country. And we also have what the diaspora may need in terms of providing an environment for education, an environment for research for persons from the diaspora. So what I'm doing today, I'm moving around with a form, and this form is on QR code for any diaspora member who want to get involved with the university and in whatever capacity. Some are keen on providing scholarships for Belizeans who want to come to UB. I was sharing some of the prices of our programs, an entire bachelor's degree for a little over $15,000 for a program, and people were amazed at how reasonable this is. So I'm trying to tell them, you could provide support for Belizeans who want to pursue their education at our university. And not just that, we didn't stop there. And I was telling them, because we are also seeking accreditation, North American accreditation. Their children, their grandchildren, or even them can come to UB to get their training as well. As a matter of fact, one of the planners moved around with an application form for UB for her child to come to UB.
When I heard you say that yesterday, Dr. Palacio, what struck me was my concept of the benefits of the whole university experience, besides the academic, besides the information that you get. I've always said to youths, and this is not to discourage them from UB, but to say that a part of the university experience, which is extremely valuable, is to put you in a new environment, to take you away a bit and create that distance. I think that's a part of your growth. I think that's a part of
course.
And so if that is one of the benefits to a Belizean student coming to USF or UCF, as so many of them do, they come to Florida. It's the place where most of
course,
besides the UWI, then I love the fact that you feel so bold and confident to say that the University of Belize is a place for the diaspora to consider sending their child, their student, to come and say the cost is extremely competitive, and there are multiple areas, academic areas, that you cannot beat the University of Belize. Point blank, I know you haven't spoken much about the marine science.
We have over 54 programs, Mose. And for specific programs like our marine biology program, like our natural resources program, we have the natural lab in our country.
Yeah.
Anybody who studies marine biology want to be on our barrier
beat
reef,
that.
right? Yes, man. And anybody who
Calabash,
wants
the Calabash?
of course, we have our research station there. We have a second research station in Hunting Key, down in the south. So again, we have the lab for these students. And not just that, if you're studying anthropology or studying cultural related things, we have it in Belize as well. I was expressing this morning about our Intercultural Indigenous Language Institute. Here we have the university now providing training in languages. You could take a Maya course, a Garifuna course, even a Creole course at the University of Belize. So again, we are providing a space for our diaspora persons. Because sometimes, I listen to some of the diaspora folks, particularly the parents, interact and complain about the whole issue of raising their children here in the U.S. and they would want them to go back home to get that experience that they had growing up. Yeah. So again, this will provide an opportunity for them to go back to Belize in that environment.
No, you've kind of described multiple new things in your presentations, but for those who have missed it, I'll give you an opportunity for both a bit.
Yeah.
Show yourself and tell me about some of the new initiatives of the university that you're extremely proud of.
Of course, man, and I missed the chance to show myself at your show. So we're doing it here in Fort Lauderdale, and we'll continue on as we move. But here we have an institution, a national institution, with a little shy of 5,000 students. All right, we have three campuses. We have campus in PG, we have campus in Belmopan, and also in Belize City. Main campus in Belize, in Belmopan. We have 4 institutes. I highlighted 3 earlier, but there are actually 4. I mentioned just now the one with indigenous cultures. There's one with the Belpre UB, the Policy Research Institute, that again you heard about yesterday, the director being Dr. Dylan Vernon. We also have an Institute of Banking and Finance. So we're providing certification training for persons involved in the banking and finance sector. And the Environmental Research Institute, of course. So again, as at the university, we strive to be relevant and we want to be accessible. Relevance meaning we're touching what needs to be touched for national development. And I always say this, Amos, the walls of the university are down. The walls, I knocked those down when I came in as president, because this is the people's university. I want people to feel like they own what we have. And I want people within the university to own the country, to be able to make a difference in the country. There's a huge discussion to fence off the property in Belmopan, where I have my office. But then if I fence off the property, the persons living on this side of the campus will not be able to traverse the other side of the campus to go to school. I'm talking about the children.
Yeah.
And every afternoon I see these children walking through the campus going home for lunch. You go home at 11:30. Yeah. And I'm so impressed. I said, what must be going through their minds, when I get old, I want to come here. And that is what I think we want to do at UB, be accessible for the population. And so I think we're making some positive strides. And us being here engaging the diaspora population is a part of that. Now we're not just open for the nation within, people within. Now we're open for Belizeans outside of Belize. And I stress my own personal story. Growing up in a blended family of about 15. And only 3 of us are in Belize, the country of Belize right now. Everybody moving to the States. And so they go home now from time to time. And, diaspora is a viable population that we need to tap. To engage them in various ways.
Absolutely. And so just kind of circling back to the participation and the support, I know that we heard Dr. Williams speak to having the maybe people who are involved in education, who may be involved in teaching at universities. We've met a couple via this summit, and how to get them to be activated and be supportive. How deliberate, how intentional are you going to be in seeking out those relationships?
Oh yeah, every minute of being here. Before the session starts in the morning, I make sure I come a little early to interact with who I'm strategizing to interact with. There's a colleague from Ohio State University that does surveys and urban planning, etc. Not survey, urban planning is his qualification. And being from Belize, you know how much we need expertise in that.
Yes,
so he's
absolutely.
going on sabbatical next year, and I am trying to get him to come to UB to assist us with either developing a certificate program in that discipline or to introduce it to us in some way, shape, or form through our engineering program, which is also very big with us. We moved the engineering program, of course, from the technical campus in Belize City to Belmopan. They have a whole section of our campus, and that the population of students have grown in our engineering program. So again, just identifying people who we could partner with is very important. So I would say this has been an extremely important investment for the university to have myself here, have Belpre here, and have our School of Medicine here.
Absolutely. When it comes to technology, when it comes to computer science, coding, where are we, and what are your visions for that?
Oh yeah. Glad you asked. Even before it started, the official ceremony yesterday, I was interacting with Marlon Vernon. He is a just retired, 2 weeks retired person from that particular discipline, IT. Mm-hmm. And we have already firmed up. He's coming to Belize in 2 months, interacting with my ICT director and the head of our IT program from an academic side for UB to become a state-of-the-art training center, training institute for accreditation in IT, in ICT. So IT is very important to us. It's one of our fastest growing programs at the university, our IT.
All right. So there's plan for expansion.
Of
and
course.
All right. And
we're growing.
All right. And so we kind of just I looked at it and said, it's fantastic that the university is here, and anybody that you really miss the point to not understand that it seems automatic now, mm-hmm. right? But it would not have seemed automatic a couple of years ago. Like, mm-hmm. To see the university at an event like this, mm-hmm. doing this kind of outreach is something that is you have to have an active vision to see mm-hmm. how it connects. And so we're definitely proud to see that you guys have taken this stance and be so involved out here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we look forward to it. And more engagement, particularly with yourself, Mose.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Palazzo, for joining me, man.
Anytime.
And all the best to the university,
Always
man.
Always a pleasure.
All right. In the house. Again, we're going to keep it moving because this is the energy part of the broadcast insofar as trying to link and get everybody a chance to express themselves. So keep it right here. You are linked on Crim Radio. You're watching XTV. And this is day 2, the Belize Diaspora Summit from the Board Convention Center here in Florida. Remember, Floridians, or at least those in South Florida, hope you know that the event continues tomorrow. The clinics will be open to you. Some people say that tomorrow is the best day because they're busy, they work, they do their things. So the Ministry of Immigration is here, the Ministry of Natural Resources is here, and they're making available their services and access, so you don't want to miss that opportunity. There's also going to be a presentation this evening, the Makobe play at 7 p.m. Racindo is going to be on tonight as well out here, so you guys have full access. You have the opportunity. Don't squander it. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back. Thank you again, Dr. Palazzo.
Chief, you know him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, we are back on. We are streaming from Florida on Creme Radio and on XTV, and we want to welcome you to our coverage. This is our second day of the coverage. There's presently a little business mixer going on. That's not necessarily our thing. At this point, you can't really stream a gathering and people have little individual conversations and taking only one or two. So we step outside, take the whole studio shift outside. We have friends outside. We're chill out. And I have to tell you now that the brother has explained to me that he's a bit shy. I don't know where to go on with that. We got to step up to the mic a little bit. Introduce yourself to my listeners and viewers and
Sure.
tell them about your organization, man.
I think a segment should be called Friends Outside. Very good.
Friends outside?
Friends Outside.
Friends outside.
I like it.
You like that?
Yes,
All right.
yes. I first off appreciate you having me, Mr. Mose. I am a big fan of yours, and appreciate you covering the Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. I am Calvin Neal. I represent, along my better half, Walter and Neal, Bridge 501. Bridge 501, the acronym stands for Belizean Roots Inspiring Diaspora Growth Everywhere. And of course, I take the initiative to take the 501 portion of it because of our country code, right? So Bridge 501 is what we represent, and we're just here supporting, man. Happy to be here.
All right. Tell us a friend outside. Tell me tell me a bit about the actual stuff you do. I know that you've been here, you and your wife. You were here yesterday. You're here again today. Why are you here? Why is this important? And what has the experience? How was it? What have you taken away from the experience of coming here and hearing the conversations and all that?
What we have garnered so far, and what caught our attention was the word collaboration. Mm-hmm. I'm big on that word, right? Mm-hmm. And I give props to a fellow friend of mine, Michael V, for bringing me into the fold of what collaboration really looks like. From that point on,
I miss the man. Wherever he
Yeah.
is, if he's listening,
Respect.
if he's watching,
Definitely.
you miss, brother. Let me
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, because you know and I know that the whole summit involvement of Creme Radio and XTV is through collaboration with you. You invited us to New York
Correct.
to be for the Belize American Chamber of Commerce event, and that's how all of this happened. So you miss respect and solidarity wherever you are. Hope you hear
Yes.
it, and if you know to hear it, somebody tell her that we say it.
the funny thing with him is he probably created a name for my company because that's what he did.
That's what he did.
Yeah. And he planted the seed to get that started.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He is an outstanding example of
Absolutely.
working in the diaspora space with a passion and love for connecting to back home. 100,
Yes,
100.
100%. Big facts.
Yeah, man. So, two of your fans there, bro. So tell me about what you actually
Experiences.
Yeah.
So back to collaboration, I think from some of the panelists, or not some of the panelists, all the panels they had so far, including the panelists, I think were well chosen. They brought their own separate experience to have this one entity with each panel, from the youth panel being the end of the day, which kind of energized the room because it was the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the education panel talking about the health initiatives that they need as well. And the University of Belize expanding and doing so much work, which I think Belize needs to know about, you know. Those things we've taken, you know, and you know, seeing all different faces here and the new businesses that are now part of the second annual, I think it's just growing. And it's a good thing you guys are doing.
But, you know, specifically looking at what you and your wife have been doing, special events and growing your brand here in South Florida. Tell us a little bit about that. Don't be all modest and shy right now. We believe in we very comfortably in a self-projection, brother. So
Thank you, sir. Well, the nonprofit part you heard about, Bridge 501, and there's more to come with that because we'll also be traveling with the city of Miramar. We're very closely connected to them, and for the last 2 years we've, in partnership with them, have done some events with the city, and we're part of their big 3C, the Chocolate, Coffee, and Culture Festival that
Okay.
happens every year.
Yeah.
And we're happy again that we have the relationship that they allowed us to collaborate and through different sources and sponsors of us in Belize, like BTB and so forth, and Beltrade as well. They helped us bring in all these vendors this past March for the 3C 2025.
Even from Belize, right?
From Belize, yeah. We had, and also we had cultural dancers. The Belmopan City Council graciously sponsored two Garifuna drummers. Also, two Mayan dancers came in, along with some counselors that came to greet the mayor and the counselors from, or commissioners, they say up here,
Yeah.
from the city of Miramar. So those different type of collaborations, what we do, what we've been doing, and again, we're traveling down with them in August to, as folks say, rub some elbows and create some different initiatives.
That's your non-profit.
Yes. The profit side, which is what we have.
Your business
we're
side.
business side,
Yeah,
which is what
yeah.
we're happy doing, because our kids are grown at this point, so we're empty nesters. So we like to party. We like the fete. We like soca music. We like events. So I met my wife, and we have this company called Climax More Promotions. Started off back in 1992. The first act we did was Sean Paul, believe it or not. First time in Belize.
You were involved with that.
We're involved with that. That was her. I was there with you. I actually met you because we went to Creme that time.
Yeah, that was at the that ended up when Sean Park came to Belize. That was at the Millennium Night Spot.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
That was along a collaboration with Renee Malik at the time.
Yes, yes.
And then we took him to Belmopan that same night. Pop-up concert at the church hall.
Really?
And it worked out.
Yeah.
So fast forward to
That's
now.
that's before he became the
Oh, man,
Billboard.
the mega star that we
Yeah,
put him.
yeah.
it's,
Can't
Yeah.
really carry him
No,
out no more.
no. But happy we had the chance of have met him at that
Yeah.
age. And then fast forward now, when we're doing events out here, mostly for the diaspora. We put 2 or 3 events on for the year. Having one this September coming up for the 20th to bring the 21st. So more to come on that. But just spreading our wings.
That's great. And for folks who might want to collaborate, my brother,
Yes.
how does that work out?
Always works out well.
They
Always
can
work.
reach out to you.
Or you can reach out social media, Climax More, promo, all social media handles for our nonprofit, bridgeinc.org. That's there. And you can email us at bridgeinc.bz@gmail.com.
All right. Well, I want and thank you for taking a little time out, my brother, for
Thank you.
being here with the listeners and viewers, representing the diaspora, and being committed to home.
Absolutely.
That's all we can expect. Represent your diaspora. We understand that you're not going to be. The diaspora represents a different energy, a different space. Home to home, yada yada. But within that, we can find so much to do together.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And the same torch that gets carried from NGO to NPO, private partners, it's the same torch we're carrying each. So, light one flame. I like it.
Respect, brother.
Thank you, sir.
You know that.
Appreciate having you. Thanks.
All right. So we're gonna continue this conversation. We're not stopping. That way we did at Florida.
Friends outside.
Friends outside. That way we do. Friends and family outside.
I like that.
Yeah.
Even better. Yeah.
Yeah, the enhancement right there. We will be back with more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back. We didn't go for long. We're busy. We're doing this Diaspora Summit, Day 2. Most High hosting here on Prem Radio and XTV Belize, and we just keep meeting the friends outside. That's why we call this segment the friends outside. We get them out of that business mixer and able to isolate them, so you, the listener and the viewer, can get a bit of a more personal experience. It's one thing to have them behind a podium; it's another thing to get them here. So right now we have one of the brothers that has been a part of the event 2 days, and today made a presentation on behalf of both his nonprofit and his many different entrepreneurial achievements and creations. We have with us Daniel Buller. He is originally from Griga, boy.
Yes, Griga.
Kona, South Florida, and just the bill. That's the best way to look on it.
Yes, man, build an empire.
Build an empire.
Yes,
Why
sir.
not?
Yes.
But not forgetting
The homeland.
That's beautiful. So quickly, tell us. We heard your presentation. So those who were listening and watching, they know that you basically build a business a year, and you basically you see an opportunity, you see a vacuum, and you fill it.
Yes.
That's great. But you also represent a Belizean association. Tell us about that association.
Yes. So I am the president of the Belize Association of South Florida. So this is a great nonprofit where we gather Belizeans. It allows us to be able to bring the Belizeans together. In doing so, once we're together, we raise funds through having picnics, and we also encourage clothing drive and anything that is pro and that's helping the country of Belize. So that's what the nonprofit is for.
Now, you said something that really caught my attention, and I'm sure the people listening and watching. You said, listen, I decided to get my association to clean the beaches in Miami, and then you had people looking at you funny, looking at you sideways. Like, what's wrong with this brother? You know?
Right.
And you clear the air, you quickly start them out, saying, no, this is how we do things now in 2025. We will represent. We're not going to be shy, we're not going to be back wrong. That's your vision.
Correct.
And you are unapologetic about that.
That's correct.
And why do you stand this way?
Because Belize, a beautiful country, but is only a dot on the map. So what happened is collaboration. When you have the backing from the funds, so the reason is you can't just talk the talk. You have to back it up and show that the association, the Belize Association, is not just here to represent Belize, but also to make an impact. And in doing so, there's funds that are available. So we want to be able to gather some of the funds from the local communities here in South Florida to be able to assist those in Belize. So we need to collaborate. We need to show face in where we are currently based out of, the South Florida area. So it's important. It is imperative that we are good stewards in the community that we live in.
I also thought about it when I heard you say it and how it relates to brand. And how you make you project your brand, and how important it is to project your brand, and the brand being Belize, to say where we are going to shine. Like it's not just you don't have a problem in widening your circle where you will be felt and where you will be experienced as a Belizean in the diaspora, and for your organization, it's like we will be involved with everything. And I think that's a huge. It's different. It's about not being so bent inwards, but to really open up yourself to everything that is possible. We got to give you respect for that, and you are unapologetic about it. So we salute that. And you sound like the kind of guy that if something is there that needs to be changed, or something that has to be rearranged, or something that has to be gotten rid of, you don't have a problem doing it.
No, definitely. And it's because once you have it internally and you're doing it for the right cause, you will understand that there's going to be detractors. There's some people that like business as usual. And the panel yesterday about the youth, we cannot forget the youth. So we have to be able to have different point of views. We have to be able to listen. At the end, we have to make what is in the best interests of the Belize community, the Belizeans here and abroad. So there's no need to step back. We are all doing these things in a positive forward manner to help as many people. And it's important that Belize, as I mentioned, it is a dot, just like every other country. But we need to collaborate. We need to be heard. And sometimes being heard is when you're with different people. And then that's how the country of Belize, the good of what we're doing, will spread. Not just internally, but so it starts internally as Belize. I'm 100% diehard Belizeans, but we have to get the message out to the other sister countries, Jamaica, Haiti, Bahamas, etc. So we have to collaborate to be able to move our movement bigger, stronger.
Now you mentioned all the many different business initiatives that you have created here in Florida. Do you have businesses that you have invested in back home? And if not, do you have an intention of doing so?
Currently, not at the moment. I did go and look into a possibility of having a gym down there and a clothing store. But it has to be well thought of, because here in America, business is tough. You've got the majority of businesses don't last. They fail their first year. So being here as Miami, my base, I need to ensure that Belize, whoever is my contact, they're familiar with the process, with the brand, because the Buller brand is a brand that is very reputable. And if you want to expand internationally, you have to make sure that the recipient on the other end has that same mindset as you. If not, it's going to be a failed venture.
All right. When you're doing it, and you do, is there a consciousness that you to do it, and you got Belize on your back, like that your accomplishments are not just personal, like you're doing great big things, but it's also another goal that you're winning for country Belize, for diaspora community Belize.
Oh yes, no, definitely. And as I mentioned earlier, when we do things that is right, or when we treat people the right way in business and in a personal relationship, good things, there are still more good than bad. So the end result is I am doing it because I love to uplift wherever I'm at, whoever I'm with. And with that mentality, the intent would be is whatever there's a need or lacking in Belize, how can I fill that void? But it's not a matter of just filling it, is what is sustainable. Because as an investor, no one wants to invest and it go down the drain. So we have to be calculated in making sure that investment is sustainable. But the most important, if there's a need, and how do we make sure that need is there, fulfilled for a long time, not a short time.
All right. There's one more, I would say, invite I would do for you. To those fellow Floridian Belizeans right now who are listening and watching this broadcast, or who might do so later, what is your message to them insofar as building a better diaspora and community here in Florida, more active, more energy, more purpose, more relevance?
It's a very good question. So, being the fact that we are all individuals, we have free will. You might have one group that want to do this, another group that wants to do that. So we all have to understand that there's only so much days in a year, so much months in a year, so much hours in a year, so much minutes. So we have to compromise. It can't just be all about this group, that group. We all have to just come together and transform what is happening now and see the vision that if we unite, if we come together, and not just because, oh, I don't like this one, so I know to come, or I know support that. We have to stop that and just say, what they're doing, is it a positive and effective means to help Belize? If so, make I go out and buy a plate of food. Make I go out and support them. Make I go in my closet and look for clothes I don't use no more so we can box it, partner with a shipping company to send it to Belize. So it's Belize United. So when we put together events, it is not for one person, one demographics, one people. It is the whole exclusive Belize system. Whatever the association does is to promote Belize. So one thing that I started was the small business. So at our picnics, we invite small businesses, hopefully Belizeans based, to come out and let the Belize community know that I am here. Support us. So that's one of the things that I'm happy to see, that our picnic, it's not just about music and dancing, but it's also about networking so we can grow as a Belize community.
Donald Buller, you are a mover and shaker. Respect is due, and continue your big work, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
All right, we will take ourselves another break and come back. This is live coverage coming your way, streamed on Creme Radio and XTV, Mosaic hosting, here from the Broad Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, day 2 of the Belize Diaspora Summit. We'll be right back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is live stream. This is our live coverage from the second day of the Belize Diaspora Summit. This is the Summit 2.0. Last year it was Los Angeles, California, and this time it's South Florida. We are at the Broward Convention Center. We are Fort Lauderdale area, and essentially that means that we are being hosted by my brother to the right. Now, he's not a Belizean, but obviously he has demonstrated that he is respect and love for the Belizean community here. He is from the city of Miramar. He is the economic development analyst, Clint Conliffe, and he's been here 2 days. He's made a presentation, and he has been a major force behind the sister city relationship between Miramar and Belize City. And so we think you have earned your place here, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Tell me, what do you think of Belizeans? You're not Belizean, so we got to ask you, what do you think of us, man?
Y'all seem a little bit British.
British? What you talking about, brother? What are you talking about, brother? You started wrong.
No, y'all reserved, because I was talking about I went to a Pan Festival, and about 2 years ago I was in Belize City, and it was a Pan Festival,
Right.
and everybody was clapping. And,
Panyard.
Yeah, the Panyard and
Yeah.
clapping. I mean, it wasn't throwing flags in the air, and it wasn't rowdy like carnival type of stuff I'm used to.
You see,
But-
it depends, right? That's
Yeah.
that's an event that you will find more reserved people
Yeah.
at. But you have events that if you wanted to see the rowdy,
Yeah.
you would have seen an ample amount. So I wouldn't use the Panyard, which is a great event, and the
Yeah.
people go there have a great time. But it's not known for at least steel pan music.
Yeah.
Like, you do have, like, in Trinidad where steel pan comes from, like that, where that people get on bad with it.
Yeah.
But in Belize, not so much. Like, we enjoy it, but it's not people don't get, like, real, like, get crazy with it,
Okay.
right? But you do have other jam sessions that you would have experienced, that other side of us. So next time you come to Belize, brother, you have to expand your sample size so that you don't judge us by one event that you
Okay,
attended.
'cause
Because I don't agree with your thing with you started wrong, brother.
Because I had a great time at it, and I
Yeah.
was going, but I said,
Yeah.
wait a minute, they might kick me out, so let me
All right.
behave myself.
So you have been instrumental in creating a sister relation. Tell us about the city you represent, city of Miramar, and about how you connect with Belizeans in this South Florida diaspora for Belize.
Okay. The city of Miramar is located in South Florida, and our greatest thing is location, location, location. We are we're in the metropolitan area. We're halfway between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And we're equidistant from the airports as well as the seaports. So as far as especially like business matters, that's a great place to have your business. We have a good location. We have a lot of warehouses. So we have manufacturing. We have all kind of things. And we also have foreign trade zones. So that's a great idea as far as tax benefits. And you're close to getting your product in and out to the airports, seaports, and we have a lot of we have highways, and so it's not only one way in and one way out. We have several ways in and out, so it's a great location.
So how did you become acquainted with Belize, per se, Belize City, Belizeans? How did that happen?
Well, in 2013, they had the city of Miramar had a memorandum. They signed a memorandum of understanding with Belize, and there had been a lot of things going on. They had how to do business in Belize. They had workshops, and the Belizean Chamber, the Belizean American Chamber of Commerce had a lot to do with it, and Michael Young, he was very instrumental, and so in the relationship, he was also at the city, so we had a lot of different things. So as we developed our Sister City program, it made sense to seek out Belize City as one of our as a sister city, and we had a good relationship developed, and Belize City is our only sister city at this time.
Only sister city.
Yes, we reestablished our program, and in 2021 became Miramar Sister City, and last year in 2024 in August, Mayor Wagner came up, and along with our Mayor Messam, and they signed the Sister City agreement.
Okay, and there are plans for you to go back and visit Belize and what?
Yes, we will be going. Miramar will have a delegation going down to Belize, August 4th to August 8th. So basically next month.
All right.
And so we will be.
And what do you hope to achieve in that time there? What are the plans?
Well, first we're going to be hosted by the government of Belize City, Belize. Mayor Wagner, I'm talking to his assistants now. We're arranging stuff, but we hope to meet. We're going to meet with the government, some of the national agencies, is Bell Trade. We're going to meet with and some other agencies and some businesses down there, so we can help us to know the struggle down there, the pain, and the potential things we can do to help each other.
You did say in your presentation that you are not a fan of sister city on paper kind of relationships. That you want it to actually be something that is alive and that is growing.
Exactly, because there's a lot of cities that have a lot of sister cities, and a lot of them aren't active. They're just we got 12 sister cities and maybe 2 are active.
Yeah.
But I want everyone that we have to be active. So we're going down there. We're looking at it in a lot of different ways. The government, we're looking. Best practices. We go down there and see y'all do a lot of energy conservation stuff. We can bring some of that back to Miramar, and the mayor has seen some stuff up there in best practices he wants to take down there. So we can help each other, and that's with the government. There's ample opportunity for businesses, cultural presentations, and a lot of different things.
And from the city of Miramar, what is your message to Belizeans who are living here in South Florida, a part of the Belizean diaspora? What's your message to them on this occasion, the summit?
You should. First of all, you should have been here at the summit.
Great message.
Yeah, the summit was a great thing. In the beginning yesterday, in the beginning there weren't a lot of people, but throughout the day it grew. But it was some excellent topics. I came here as a fact finding. I want to know what the Belizeans, things you're proud of, the things you got to work on, and this dealt with a lot of stuff, and it dealt with it in different facets. It dealt with education, health, the youth, the government, and so I learned a lot. And so you should have.
I'm impressed that you even attended.
Yeah.
Like you made it your business to come and attend.
Yeah, and I can thank Ray Gongora.
Yeah.
Because I'm a newsletter, and that's how I found out.
All right.
Through his newsletter. And I saw it. I looked at all the pages. I went back to work. I said, yo, boss, I'm going. And she was so excited about it. She came the first day as well.
Excellent.
And also our vice mayor, Commissioner, our Vice Mayor Colburn, she came as well, and she stayed for about an hour or so, and she appreciated it and got some information as well.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us, man, and thanks for the support, and thanks for the energy, and thanks for the commitment. It's real, so we respect it greatly.
Thank you, sir.
But we are capable of getting rowdy, sir.
Yeah, and I wanted you to know I'm not just a regular Yankee. I got my parents are Panamanian, so
Okay.
I got that Central American connection with Belize.
Oh, there you
and
go.
then before that, my roots go back to Jamaica and Barbados.
So you got Central American, Caribbean
Yeah.
in your roots. So,
yeah, so we
I
all
say it's
same
not a
family.
regular Yankee.
Yeah, not a regular Yankee, exactly.
All right, give thanks, brother.
Thank you,
Clint.
brother.
Yes, man.
Cool.
Respect is due.
Thank you.
We are going to take another small break. Again, we thank our sponsors. We're taking shorter breaks so that we can shift out. We don't have space to do any big switching while we are live. So we hit back studios. We'll be right back. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are back. We are coming to you live from. Yes, this is live. This is, well, if you're watching it later on YouTube, it's not live. But if you're watching it now on this Friday afternoon, then it's live. Coming to you from day 2 of the Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. Moside hosting on Creme Radio and XTV. We're at the Broward Convention Center here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And let me just take this opportunity to pay respect to sponsors. We have a list of sponsors before I tell you who this young lady is to my right, who has joined reluctantly but had no choice. Because you see, I'm her godfather, one of her godfathers, and godfathers get to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me just quickly mention the official sponsors are. Let me put on my glasses, buddy, because you get dicey now. It's getting dicey. I don't know why they don't send this in big letters. Official sponsors: Beltrade, Central Bank of Belize, Government of Belize, Feinstein Group, Holy Redeemer Credit Union Limited, Insurance Corporation of Belize, Ministry of Immigration, University of Belize. Premier sponsors: Atlantic Bank Limited, Belize Electricity Limited, Belize Tax Services, Bottles Habet, Freedom Drug Store, James Bus Line, Oceana, Quality Poultry Products. Part sponsors: Belize Medical Associates, Belize Chamber of Commerce, Western Union, Builders Hardware, CG United, Dangwiga Town Council, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Human Dignity Trust, Marie Sharp Fine Foods, National Fishermen Producers Cooperative Society Limited, Quick Home Real Estate, Osiris Hardware, Ruby Jewelry, St. John's Credit Union Limited, Carl Petch Village Resort, Hammy Price, Piling, and also Ewart Marina and Orange Walk Town Council. Joining me in Florida is actually New York Belize Diaspora by way of Placencia and Bilmo Pond.
Yes.
Miss Bria Brown, daughter of well-known international Buddy Brown, and my goddaughter. And this is her first. Bria, where it go on?
What's going on?
All right, so it's good seeing you here. You came here with purpose, and I think that's why I had to get you on. Because you came down all the way from New York. And why did you come all the way down from New York?
Because I wanted to become a Belizean citizen, so I am doing my passport here. So,
So
yeah.
you just to get your Belizean passport.
Yep, after 24 long years, I finally decided that this is now the time.
I don't blame you. To be honest, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm not to blame.
I don't
It's
blame
not
you.
me.
We got to hold.
I would have been did it.
We hold parents accountable around here for negligence. Negligence. But listen, it is being fixed. But it shows the purpose of creating this. You didn't have to go all the way to Belize. The Ministry of Immigration has been here. And while there's been a little bit of a hiccup, a small hiccup,
Not so small.
Not so
but
small.
It's okay.
but you are doing it. Now I know that Bria, that you are one of the what we call second generation. Actually, in the case of your dad, third generation. Second, because but you're not born in the States. But you're a second generation Belizean in the diaspora. As an American, you're born here. You're born American. But you also still, out of everybody, you were the one we're going to love for Belize.
I do, for sure.
How did that happen?
Honestly, just seeing my dad always wanted to do like Park Fest and stuff like that, I feel like I've always been wanting to know about my culture. I love the food. I love Carnival. I love the people. I love my family. So it was just second nature of just wanting to further along my love for Belize.
And you also, because of your mom, when you go to Belize, you did a Placencia.
Yes, my favorite. For sure, my
That's
favorite.
not regular.
No?
No, to have access to go and just chill out in Placencia and it's home. You're not a visitor.
No.
All right. Your generation, again, what has been discussed at this summit is like, second generation, they don't really love Belize that much. The parents then really make them eat the food and make them know about Belize, but that's not.
That's all I know.
That's all you know. that I always cook that I house there. Down to some things where I don't eat. Wilkes.
No, but honestly, like, that's all I know for sure.
Yeah, so full Belize is new. All right. Now let me mention. I have to mention you are a model, as well as you do fashion designing,
Yes, I do.
and it is something that I feel I mean I am no great judge of fashion design or anything like that, but I've seen some of the things and. Maybe even if some of your other family members, quote unquote, give you your props, I give you your full flowers. I think you're extremely creative, and you have
Thank
kind
you.
of been continuing along that.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a journey, but I definitely do have a love for designing and also sewing. So yeah, that's really what my brand is about, just making pieces for women.
All right, and if anybody wants to see some of the stuff you have designed, are they like on your IG?
Yes, so I just made my Instagram not too long ago. It's by Brie Sophie.
Spell it out.
Okay, so it's BY, then Brie, BRIE, then Sophie, SOPHIE
IG and IG.
on Instagram.
And
Yes.
you can see some of your pieces.
Yep.
All right.
And I have my website.
What's the
available
website?
to purchase. Brie
What's-
Sophie. Brie, BRIESOPHIE.com.
So there are pieces already made that are available.
Yeah, right
to-
now I have swimsuits that's selling, but I'm gonna want to do like gowns, dresses, shirts, different things for women.
So, you like that, Body Brown? And so you're doing it right in the apartment, right in your own apartment?
Yes, so I have a manufacturer. I have different manufacturers that are doing my designs for me, but I also do one-on-one custom designs that I can do. That is the gowns that I make for like people who want a specific design. I'm just starting out. I only had like probably like 2 orders so far of just doing my own, but yeah, everything is from my brain.
And I imagine that it's not going to be too long before you actually do a showdown in Belize and
Hopefully not. If I could do that this year, maybe even Carnival.
Carnival. You look.
You
for
never.
that.
Yes, I would love to do carnival. Last year I made my own carnival outfit, so I would love to do that.
That was in
again.
the Placencia Carnival. Okay. All right. Big things. Well, but I know that you were reluctant. I'm not going to keep you forever. I'm really
Thank you for that.
I'm really happy that you came on. And,
Thank you for having me.
And especially because I think you tick so many boxes. You're young. You came here to the summit to do something that the summit provides an opportunity for you to get certain services, as well as you are living that fulfillment of the diaspora dream, making it happen, but still loving Belize and being connected to it, even though you never born there. Your heart did it. So we love that. That's
For sure. Thank you for having me. This was very new.
very new, short and sweet. But you have to do this because now you can't be in a fashion, you can't be a designer and unwilling for come and speak about your design. So I'm really doing you a favor.
No, you are.
Absolutely.
A huge one.
A big one.
First one.
Yes.
It's my first time
before
doing
you
this.
before you blow up, and then we have to. The first time. Right here, before she blows up in the world of fashion, we have Brie Sophie, fashion designer, representing. All right.
Belize.
Oh yes. Thank you very much, Brie. We're going to go to break and come back. That worked out. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are back. Welcome back. This is live coverage day 2 from the Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. We're at the Broward Convention Center here in Fort Lauderdale, and we've been here since yesterday, streaming live coverage on Creme Radio and XTV, Amos Hyde. And we have been showing you live presentations, showing you live panel discussions, and intermittently we've had guests, Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from back home, not a lot of non-Belizeans. So when we get a non-Belizean in a diaspora summit, it's got to be somebody really important. So that's what we have going on now. Somebody really important to this community, serving this community. A former mayor of Broward County, which is a county that has some 30-odd cities, I've been told. So, big time. We are joined here by a friend of the Belizean diaspora, and a friend of the Belizean diaspora is a friend to us. Yes. We have here Brother Dale Holness, and yes, if the name sounds familiar, he says he's cousin to the Jamaican Prime Minister Holness. So politics apparently is in the DNA. Tell me a little bit about, and our listeners and viewers, a little bit about yourself, sir.
So, good evening to all the afternoon to all the people in Belize and around the world that's listening. I am Dale Holness, here in the Broward Convention Center, where we are undertaking $1 billion in improvement, expanding the convention center space to over 1 million square feet, and building a 800-room 4-star hotel to accompany that. It's an excellent location because it's right by the port, and we are the 3rd busiest cruise port in the world, and we're only about 5 minutes away from the international airport and equal distance to downtown Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is a part of Broward County, 31 municipalities, and we have about 2 million people. What's really great about Broward County is that we speak almost 200 different languages. So the world's represented here in Broward County, and certainly the Belizean community plays a strong role and is well represented here in South Florida.
As a brother of Caribbean heritage, you are obviously able to traverse these various cultural landscape communities with all the different backgrounds pretty well. I imagine, how did you first become aware of the Belizean population?
So, well, I was born in Jamaica, so I'm a Caribbean person.
You don't, right there.
And in fact, I've always had Belizean friends when I immigrated here. Yeah. And one tell me that you Belizean taught Jamaicans how to cuss bad word. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said.
In Belize, we would say like this: I know they bring you, I know they carry you.
Well, the same statement is made in Jamaica. And I've learned over time that there's a strong connection between, historically, between the Belizean community and the Jamaican community. Yes. Because of the slavery that basically folks from Jamaica would go to Belize and vice versa.
Yes. But in fact, in the original days, the settlement was actually administrated from Jamaica.
Yes.
So there's that historical link. No.
Hence, we have Jamaican representation in Providencia, San Andres in Colombia, Roatan in Honduras, Bluefields in Nicaragua, and Colón City in Panama. So there's a connection. There's a Caribbean connection. And in fact, my Latin American friends would say they are Caribeano. They are within the Caribbean region, the Caribbean Ocean. And of course, the mix of culture, food, some similarities, but really distinct for different countries.
Now, being that you have that heritage and your Caribbean ancestry, you understand the role that diaspora plays between being here in the United States or any other country around the world and then having that their back home population. So you are a Jamaican first. That's where you were born. You know, an American. You're operating in the diaspora space for Jamaica, but I'm sure that you still are very involved in connecting with your original
heritage. Yes, certainly. And I was in Jamaica last year for the Diaspora Conference that occurs every 2 years. And we have a diaspora organization here that I've been engaged with for some time. I think it's very important that people of the diaspora in America connects, because it acts as a support system for us that are here. It is a connecting point, certainly back to the home country that we're born, but also while we're here, being supportive of each other. And the broader Caribbean community is connected here. The CARICOM community has the CARICOM consulates in South Florida, and I'm very engaged with all of them. In fact, the dean currently is Oliver Mayer, who's out of Jamaica, the longest serving consul general. So hence he has the role of bringing them together. And I've been there, and anytime they needed anything in the community in Florida, they've always reached out to me, and I've always been there for them to ensure that whatever support they need, that I'm able to deliver, I've delivered for the CARICOM countries.
It's interesting. The concept of having a diaspora conference every 2 years in Jamaica. That's really impressive. It's a challenging time for people that are either who have migrated here and who are the descendants of people who recently migrated here. It's a very difficult time, very challenging time. There's a lot of anxiety. We know that organizing this event, people were very nervous about possibilities, right? How do you speak to that population? You told me you have a radio show. How do you speak to people who represent that demographic in 2025?
So I'd say to them, first, let's be hopeful that we get to a better place than where we are now. But also, if you're here and you're a legal status, become a citizen. Once you become a citizen, it's not easy for you to be pushed around or shoved around. I wasn't born here, and yet I attained a position to be mayor of Broward County, Florida. 2 million people, okay? Being at the top of the political hierarchy to put in place legislation that affects people's lives, to be the person who represent us. During COVID, you may have seen my face on television representing South Florida when we had 2 cruise ships out at sea that had people from around the world. I was the guy at the helm working to bring those folks into our ports, because on a good day, we want them to come as tourists. And some of what's going on right now is short-sighted on the part of our leadership that's in place. We must be connected to the world. There's no other country in the world that have the diversity of people that we do, that speak as many languages, over 200 languages here in South Florida. We represent the world. By the way, 1 in every 3 person that lives in Broward County is foreign born. 1 in every 3.
1 in every 3.
Yes, 1 in every 3. And if you look at the Fortune 500, top 10 Fortune 500, half of them, 5 of the 10, are run by immigrants today, and many started by immigrants. So immigrants have made tremendous contribution, and I'm not talking about 100 years ago immigrants. I'm talking about immigrants today. They're playing a vital role in the development of our country here in America, that many of us have traveled from different shores to be a part of, and be a part of it, be engaged. Elections have consequences. I ran for the United States Congress in 2021 and lost by 5 votes. 5 votes. So if you're in America, become a part of it. Engage in the civic institution, whether it be a nonprofit, even if it's just a Belizean association. Be engaged. Help to ensure that your voice is heard. Be a part of what happens here in America, because you can influence it. If you look at many diaspora groups that are here, they influence American policies. And if you look to 2 nations, I'll single out Cuba. The Cubans that are here influence the policies of this country as it pertains to foreign policy. Israel is another one. So Caribbean people, there's enough here that if you band together, if you work together, you can influence the policies. And you may have different outcomes if you're engaged and you're paying attention and you're being a part of the civic fabric here. And if you're in Belize, you ought to be involved. You ought to become a part of a nonprofit organization, whether it be the Kiwanis, Rotary, or some other entity, and help to build and strengthen your community. We are human beings connected, and we're going to be leaving this world at some point in time. What I'd say to you is if you can do anything to make it a better place when you leave than when you came, I think you'll be doing great work.
Yeah, so those 5 people that chose to vote the other way obviously missed a great opportunity.
Well, it's not the ones that voted the other way wasn't the problem.
It's the ones that
Didn't vote.
Didn't vote. Oh, okay.
Okay. We only had about 20% voter turnout, and I'll tell you this: of 25,000 known Jamaicans that are registered voters in the district, only 5,000 voted. 20%. Okay. Now imagine if 30% voted. Wow, it would be in a landslide, right?
You would not be here.
Well, maybe not. Maybe I'd still be here because I'm about community anyhow
that.
and staying connected
Right.
with our people.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, or I should put it differently. I appreciate the words and how you expressed and how you responded to that question about where we are in 2025 and to the diaspora and communities, not only the Belizean diaspora community. The fact that it's a moment to stand and to connect, to be involved. It's not a moment to kind of shrink away.
No, it's not at all. It isn't. It's not a point where you retreat. You engage. You get involved. And you build it. And by the way, I've done citizenship drives over the years. About 10,000 people have attended my citizenship drives that I've done to become citizens. And we started that a long time ago, many years ago. But when Obama came to power, we really doubled our efforts to get more people engaged in understanding the importance of becoming a citizen here. In many countries, you're allowed to have dual citizenship. So it's not a matter of you giving up anything. It's a matter of you being entrenched. I just spoke to a lady yesterday that I directed to some assistance to become a citizen. She's been here 40 years with a green card. 40 years. She's not going anywhere. She don't intend to go back to any place. But she sat here and said, well, I probably won't. Now there's a fear that even if you're a citizen, it could be taken back. But that's not easy, folks. Okay, if you're a citizen in this country, they can't just yank your citizenship unless you committed fraud in the process of becoming a citizen, where you committed fraud to get your citizenship. And it's not easy to do. Okay, so become a citizen where you can and still stay engaged. You're not giving up yourself. You're not giving up your heritage. You're not giving up who you are. You're still who you are, but you're playing a role in the most powerful country still today on earth. You can help to influence the policies that happens here. And if you have friends here and you're listening to us from Belize, reach out to them and let them get engaged. And don't forget your homeland. If you're here in the United States, be engaged. I was just in Jamaica visiting my aunt, 85 years old, about 2 weeks ago. I stay engaged. I go back. I'm connected, and we should all do that.
Mr. Holness, I really appreciate the time you've spent here.
Yes.
I don't have much time remaining, but your words have been extremely profound, and we hope that those listening and watching have gained a bit from that. So thank you very much for the support you give to the Belizean diaspora community here. I know, for example, it's a small gesture, but it means a lot. You actually used your platform to share the information about the summit with your audience.
Yes.
You said you sent out a blast message to at least 800 Belizeans who are living here in the diaspora. That's really that's doing extra, and we appreciate you for that.
Well, I'm grateful to be in a place where I can do that, and I host a radio program also, and I've had folks from the Belizean community participate. I would like also to invite anyone listening to Florida's International Trade and Cultural Expo, an event I started 10 10 years ago to engage the world while I was the mayor of Broward County. We pushed it October 22nd and 23rd, 2025, this year, October. You can go to fitcexpo.com, fitcexpo.com to get more information, or broward.org/econdev. And there's a phone number, 954-357-6400, 954-357-6400. And again, you can go to broward.org/econ, ECONDEV. It's a great event. Last year we had 70 countries from around the world represented. The Belizean consulate and people here have participated over the years. It's a way for us to connect, to do business with the rest of the world. I believe that because of the diversity we have in this great nation, we can connect with the world to do business and create opportunities for America to connect and grow its economy, but also for other countries to connect and do business here in America. I believe the more we do in good trade, and I don't believe we ought to be using gunboat to force people or to bully anyone. We ought to do it with respect for each other. And the more we do business with each other, the more friendly we are, the more peace we have in the world, the better world we create for everyone.
Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, all right? All right, we're going to take a final break and then come back and wrap up our coverage for today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to the second day of the Diaspora Summit here in Broad Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale. That's where we have been bringing you this coverage here on Creme Radio and XTV. There is going to be special theater production from the rebooted Square Peg 2025 version, led by playwright Ray Gongara. They will be presenting at 7 o'clock. To those who are in the area and can make it, there's going to be a presentation. The play is called Makobi, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. Local time here. There's also going to be a performance from it's going to be from Racindio, and then there is going to, so that's happening today as well. Then there's going to be a continuing, there's going to be a town hall, immigration and civil rights, that's tomorrow. Interview and book reading is going to be done with Candice Gibson. And then there's going to be a wind down reception tomorrow evening. That's all that is left. Our live coverage comes to an end today. And we want to thank, of course, all the folks who made it possible. We want to thank the Diaspora Summit Organizing Committee for their invitation and for their support in making our coverage possible. They, of course, as we mentioned earlier on, provided us with the airline ticket to reach out here. And so we are very grateful for that support. We want to thank our official sponsors, Beltrade, Central Bank of Belize, Government of Belize, Feinstein Group, Redeemer Credit Union Limited, Insurance Corporation of Belize, Ministry of Immigration, University of Belize, premier sponsors Atlantic Bank Limited, Belize Electricity Limited, Belize Tax Services, Brothers Habet, Freetown Drugstore, James Bus Line, Oceana Quality Poultry Products, and also we have part sponsors, Belize Medical Associates, Belize Chamber of Commerce, Western Union, Builders Hardware, CG United, Dan Grigaton Council, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Human Dignity Trust, Marie Sharp Fine Foods, the National Fisherman Producers Cooperative Society Limited, Quick Home Real Estate, Osadas Hardware, Ruby Jewelry, St. John's Credit Union Limited, Carpet Village Resort, Hammy Price Piling, and Ewart Marina and Orange Walk Town Council. We've got to say a big thank you to the team in the studios back home, Harlan Wagner and Ms. Christy Flowers, who's been at the helm, controlling the ship both days. Give thanks for the great work. We want to thank you all for being a part of this broadcast and listening and tuning in, watching. It's been, as it was in LA, very interesting. Let me just mention to those who are in the area that tomorrow both ministries that were here for the past 2 days are going to be open and available and accessible. So you can come by tomorrow for your passport and all the immigration queries, and also your land queries that's going to be available for you tomorrow. That's the summit, the Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. For us here at Creme Radio and XTV, as always, we are extremely grateful for being able to do this work and on your behalf, continuing hopefully to strengthen the bonds between two communities, one love for Belize. Right now, we will close shop. Thank you again.